problem is, we had to get a hammer and a chisel. Let's try and... That is so satisfying. The packaging is so sleek. Did I really just get tan on my joggers again? Oh my god, I hate myself so much. Well, I personally think this is the best I've ever looked on camera. What do we think? I'm actually trying a heatless curls method. Well, I've tried it already. I've done this before. It worked. Last time I left it overnight though. If you're wondering, this is a dressing gown rope. I'd seen people do this on TikTok. I followed a tutorial over there. It's just a little bit damp, but I thought I would leave it like this while I do my makeup. Then hopefully once I've done my makeup, I can take this out and my hair will be curly. I just thought we're all friends here. You guys won't mind if my hair's like this, right? So today we have got even more new makeup, which I'm so excited to test. This is a collection of stuff that over the past few months, actually, some of it I've had for a while, has very, very kindly been sent to me by different brands. I don't quite have enough for a full face, but I have the majority of bits for my face. That's how these videos usually tend to go. I'm usually missing a few things here and there. If you want me to carry on doing testing new makeup videos, give this a thumbs up. That really helps me out. Also, if you're new here and you watch my videos a lot and you're not subscribed, I would love it if you subscribe and turn on my notifications, because 41% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed. So primer. I have got the I Heart Revolution Coconut Dream Hydrating Primer with vitamin C and E, which sounds good to me. By the way, I have actually done another order off of Revolution's website with Roxy's new stuff and also the peach scented powder from I Heart Revolution, but my order is yet to arrive. Oh, well, that was more liquidy than I was expecting. Ooh. As the name suggests, the primer smells like coconuts, which is nice. That is not what I was expecting at all. It feels quite thick, very moisturizing. It almost just feels like a thick moisturizer, which I mean isn't a bad thing. It says that it's a hydrating primer and it definitely feels very hydrating, and it's left my face a little bit tacky. It does feel a little bit on the oilier side, so maybe you'd prefer this if you've got dry skin. For my foundation, I've got the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation. I've got the shade F4.5. I have tested this before, but not for a long time. It must be at least a year since I've last used this, because this is a brand new one, and I recently got one in a package, which is in my shade, so I thought I would give it another go, just to use something a bit different from my usual. Wait, have I done everything like that I'm supposed to put under my makeup? I much prefer how this one has a pump, whereas the Conceal and Define has got a doe foot thing. Is one pump going to be enough? I don't know. I think somewhere I do have a full video testing this foundation. I seem to remember it didn't last like that well on my skin, but I think it is targeted to people that like, oh dear, did I just get that in my hair? But I think it is targeted towards people that like more of a glowy finish. That's why it's called Conceal and Hydrate, so I can't complain about that. You know, I actually think I prefer the formula of this one to the original Conceal and Define. The original Conceal and Define is a little bit thick for me, but this one is more of a skin-like finish, which I actually really like. I think that looks really nice. Uh-oh. I've just realised one of the skin products that I put on today does that thing where it kind of peels when you put stuff on top of it. Why did I put that under my foundation? Oh well, you know what? It's not too bad. As long as we don't look at me up close, it's not too bad. For my concealer, this one is kind of random. This is by Laura Geller and it's the Spackle Concealer in the shade Light. I've got no idea what spackle means, but it's a medium to full coverage concealer and it's a weightless formula, apparently, smoothing fine lines, if you say so. Ooh, I like the applicator. It's very flexible. Like, can you see this? Love a flexible applicator that's got lots of product on it. It feels really hydrating, actually. That is a nice concealer. It's very glowy and very dewy, and I think it looks nice, but I definitely need to set my face. To set my under eyes, I'm using the KVD Beauty Lock-It translucent powder, which was formerly Kat Von D. Obviously she now has nothing to do with the brand. I don't think I've tried this powder before, and maybe I won't because I can't open it. Wait, is it? How does this actually work? Don't tell me it's like a pull-off lid. Oh my god, why can't I open it? It's actually like welded shut or something. I can't open it. I'm gonna have to go downstairs and get my dad to try because I can't open it. Hi, so 15 minutes later, I'm back and it's finally open. The problem is, we had to get a hammer and a chisel and smash a hole into the lid so that we could actually get the lid off. My dad tried opening it with his bare hands. He tried opening it with rubber gloves, with a towel. My dad is a strong man and he could not get the lid off. And both of us were trying to do it simultaneously. It just would not come off. We came to the conclusion that there must be some kind of like suction problem with when the lid was put on, so that it was near impossible to get off. So we had to make a hole in the top of the in the top of the lid so that the air was released, and then as soon as we did that, it came off straight away. That was a mission. I am now severely creased, but like I said, I'm gonna set my under eyes with the powder. I then have some of the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Cream Bronzers, and also some of the cream blushes as well, which I'm so excited to try because recently I've been a lot more into my cream products, not too sure why. And I've also got the face shaping brush, which I'm gonna try with it because I'm guessing that's what it's for. Shape my face, please. Ooh, that's a pretty brush. Oh, that's so soft. So the shades of the cream bronzer I've got are Honey Glaze, Macchiato, and Butter Biscuit. So this one is Butter Biscuit, and this one is Macchiato. I think I'm gonna go for Butter Biscuit. Ooh, actually this one's quite cool toned. We'll give it a try. I love the packaging. I think it looks so cool. Let's try it with the brush, I'm guessing. Oh, that is quite cool toned. On the other side, I'm gonna try applying it with my finger. Oh my god. And then blending it out with my brush. It's definitely blending really nicely and kind of just melting into my foundation. I think that looks really, really beautiful. It's pretty much undetectable on my skin and just kind of melted in with the rest of my foundation. It's got quite a balmy texture, I think. Let's add a little bit down the sides of my nose. Probably not the brush for it, but whatever. That's really nice. It's not overly pigmented at all. It's incredibly buildable. As you can see on my nose, it barely put any product on there. I like it. It's definitely on the more dewy side, as you can see. So if you're somebody that loves glowy skin, this is a really nice cream bronzer. Then for the Cheeks Out cream blush, I'm going to use the shade Petal Poppin', which is 02, I think. Is it 02 or is it 20? No, it's 02. Look how cute these are. They're so small and diddy, which I think is great. I love little travel-friendly makeup items. I love how sleek the Fenty packaging is. I just think it's so nice. Is this going to have a mirror? Oh, it has a little baby mirror. So I think, again, let's try and... Oh! Okay, that's quite bright. Let's use the brush to just blend that out. As you can see, just super subtle. It just melts into your foundation. So you can put a little bit on and have it really subtle, or you can put quite a lot on like I've just done. I do look like a bit of a sweaty mess though, so I'm going to powder the rest of my face. Let's see if any of this colour stays while being underneath my powder. Ooh, I like the powder as well because it set everything without covering everything up. The powder bronzer, I don't have anything new, so I'm just going to use my Revolution Pro Sculpting Bronzer, I think this is called, just to add a bit more warmth. Everyone probably screaming at me through the screen being like, "Soap, you've got enough bronzer." I'm sorry, okay, I just like bronzer. I probably don't need any more blush, but I do have two powder blushes from Lottie London. These are the Ombre blush. I think I'm going to go for the shade Haze, or am I going to go for the shade Serene? This one is actually a lot brighter than it looked like with the lid on. I'm going to go for the shade Serene. Okay, that is a really pretty colour, but that is enough blush. As you can see, it's like a peachy to nudie sort of ombre, but when you just swirl it all together, it kind of just comes out peach, like what I've just put on my cheeks. For my highlighter, I've got the Spectrum Oceana collection. Any guesses as to why I wore this t-shirt today? And this is the Oyster highlighter. Packaging looks like this, and then the actual highlighter, oops, looks like this. It's quite a yellowy gold. Huh, does that have a bit of a cast when I turn my head to the front? It's almost got a peach undertone. Peachy sort of reflection in it. That is quite pretty actually. My only slight worry is that I think you can kind of see it when I turn my face to the front. It looks a little bit sort of grey. It is quite nice actually, but you have to kind of scrub your brush in there quite a lot to pick up product because it's quite hard in the pan. It's quite nice though. I think it looks decent, but I wouldn't reach for it on the daily. Why does this feel like a flip phone? That is so satisfying. I don't actually have any new eyebrow products, so I'm just gonna fill in my brows. don't know what's happened to me today, but I feel like really shaky and I'm really struggling to like keep my hand stable while I'm filling in my eyebrows. So for my eyeshadow palette, I've got the Spectrum Ocean Collection eyeshadow palette, which looks a little something like this, which is what inspired me to wear this t-shirt. I don't actually know what brand this t-shirt is from because there's no label in the side of this t-shirt or in the back of the t-shirt to say a brand name. This palette is gorgeous. If you look at the different rows, there's a look here, there's a look here, and there's a look here. Or obviously you can mix and match. I'm going to start off with this shade called Tide. Just putting that through my crease and like blending it up towards my eyebrow. It's just slightly darker than my skin tone, so using it as my transition. And then going in with the shade called Currant, which is this lilac colour. And let's see how pigmented this is. I'm going to use it in my crease and also just all over my lid. Okay, not bad, not bad. Just going to keep building that. Oh my god, you can literally hear my stomach grumbling. This shade is building really nicely. So next I'm taking the shade Deep, which is this purple shimmer. That looks really pretty. And I think I'm just going to put this all over my eyelids and kind of blend it in to the lilac shade. Oh my god. Whoa. That colour is gorgeous, but you do kind of have to go over the same areas a few times to get it to actually stick. Oh my god, I literally just poked myself in the eye. I'm gonna just try it with a brush on the other eye. I'm not expecting it to work that great, but I want to give it a go. Oh my god, yeah, okay, that really crumbled. Ah! I don't want to get fallout all over my face. Right, that kind of worked, but it also just separated into chunks and has gone all in my lap. Yeah, it is working with a brush, but just be warned, it is quite a crumbly eyeshadow. I'm also trying to wing out this shade, but it's not working the best. You really have to press it in to the skin to get it to stick. And then just going back in with the lilac shade called Currant. I'm just going to blend over the edges of this. Then in my inner corners, I'm taking the shade Salt, which is this one, which is like a white, but it's got a bluey green duochrome. Wow, that's really pigmented. Ooh, that was a bit much. Ah. They're quite chunky. You've just got to be quite careful because they do crumble. Let's also try putting some of that purpley blue shade on my lower lash line. This definitely isn't my best look. Those shades were a little bit tricky to work with, but I think the actual colours are really nice, but it was just a bit hard to blend everything together. Moving on to eyeliner, I've got a bunch of different liners from a brand called the Quick Flick, which have different shapes of eyeliner stamps. There's the petite 8mm, there's a grand 12mm. Let's go for a modest 10mm for the middle. Oh, it comes with two different ones for each side. That's actually really smart. Oh my god, I'm kind of scared. So it's got a normal liner on one side and then the other side has got the flick. Oh, well that didn't work. Okay. That's quite a short wing. I'm just going to open this to the point one because it looks like it's a bit of a longer wing. Ooh, these ones are pink. Okay. Wait, that can't be the right one. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, now that one worked a bit better. This one is a lot skinnier in terms of the actual stamp. Let's try the left side and try and not entirely fuck this up. You know what? This one actually worked. The other one wasn't quite long enough for my eyes anyway, but oh dear. This one is actually skinny enough and long enough to do the job. I'm now just gonna do the liner over the rest of my eyes and then I am gonna neaten it up a little bit. But it gives you the basic sort of shape. Only problem is I'm not a massive fan of the actual eyeliner that comes with it. For mascara, I've got the Ciate Triple Shot XXL mascara. Oh, okay, this scares me a bit because it's got fibres in it. It's quite a dry formula, but it is actually building quite well. I think that looks pretty good. It's really not bad, but it does take quite a long time to build. The brush really grips your lashes though, which is good. These are what my eyes look like before I've stuck any lashes on, but I am just gonna go away and stick on, or just throw the Fenty cream bronzer on the floor, that too. And then finally, for my lipstick, oh by the way, the lashes that I just put on are the Unicorn Cosmetics Bubble Pop lashes. For my lipstick, I've got one of the Huda Beauty lipsticks, which I've never tried before. This is one of the matte ones, and it's in the shade Interview. The packaging is so sleek. Ooh, it's magnetic. Oh my god, it smells so nice. The actual lipsticks I just think look so cool, how they've got this ombre effect that matches the colour. Ooh. Wow. That is so creamy, but so like full pigment. That is a gorgeous color, but it's a little bit dark. So I'm gonna go in with one of these. These are the L'Oreal Paris Shiny Color Ink, it says on the side, and this is the shade Be Determined in 301. I have tried these before, but I've tried a different shade. This one is a lot more nude. These also smell good. Okay, actually that's not that nude. It's more of a brown. I've also got the shade Be Independent, which maybe this will work a bit better. Okay, no, that's literally the same colour as the lipstick. The formula of these L'Oreal things is gorgeous. It's not a gloss. Well, it kind of is, but it doesn't feel like a gloss. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a sheer lipstick that stays shiny without being a sticky gloss. You know what? I've seen other people do this before, and my friend Jordan, I know, does this, is take a little bit of concealer and just blend it into the centre of your lips. Pretty OG hack, but... Well, anyway, this is the finished look. I think overall it looks really nice. This is what it all looks like. I feel like a little fairy. What do you guys think? So now it is time to take out my hair and see, actually I don't think it's dry. I'm gonna go blast this with my hairdryer. I'm gonna take it out and style it and see what we're left with my hair, and then I'll be right back. So I kind of have mixed feelings about the hair. It did work. There were parts of it that didn't work as well. And also as well, I just want to add, I did go over the front pieces with my air wrap just so that they weren't as like crazy looking. But last time I did this like trick, I did it on dry hair and I did it overnight, and I think it worked a lot better. I am just gonna answer a question of the day. Today's question comes from Hooch the Pooch. Great name and adorable picture. They have said, "Hey Soph, love you and James and love your videos. Thank you. I wanted to ask, what is your favourite perfume? Also, how is your 1 million bag doing? Take care and keep safe." My 1 million bag is doing great. It hasn't been taken anywhere in over a month because I haven't actually left the house. Yeah, it's doing good. I still use it as my like daily handbag and I love it. And the question of what is my favourite perfume, that is such a good one. I've got quite a few favourite perfumes actually. I really like the Vera Wang Princess perfumes. I think I'd have to say though my favourite of all time, which is more of an evening scent but I still wear it throughout the day because I just love it, is the YSL Black Opium perfume. I think that's what it's called. It's the one that's the black glittery packaging, which is very expensive, but it smells so nice. I just love any fragrances that are sweet. Pretty much that's my preference. As always, if you guys have got any other questions, leave them down below. I'm gonna end this here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. What do you guys think of the overall look? I will make sure I leave all the products linked down below. I hope you're all doing really, really good, and I hope this was some kind of distraction still, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.